you ever find yourself in the unfortunate situation where you've been served with a lawsuit, inevitably you're going to ask yourself, what do I do now? The short answer is you need to file an answer to the lawsuit. If it's a lawsuit that's been served in Arizona in state court here, you have 20 days. If it's in federal court, you have 21 days. If you don't file an answer within that time period, you can have a default judgment entered against you, which is just as if the other side went all the way to trial, won their case, and now they have a judgment against you. So first and foremost, you need to understand there's some time limits and time constraints. It's not something that you can sit around and put off with all your other bills. You need to respond quickly. But what should you do? There's two things that you should do. Number one is you should seek the advice of an attorney. And number two is to gather, maintain, and preserve evidence. Why should you seek the advice of an attorney? When you file your answer, there are many things that you could trip up on if you're not trained as an attorney or with legal training to understand the rules of civil procedure. There are things that need to be said. They need to be said in a certain way. There are defenses that you could waive if you don't properly assert them in your answer. You might inadvertently state something in your answer if you're not doing it under the advice of counsel that may be deemed as an admission against you that might harm you down the road. You may waive some defenses that you don't have, such as maybe personal jurisdiction is an issue. Maybe there wasn't consideration for the contract. These are all terms that are foreign to people that don't have legal training. That's why it's very important to seek the advice of an attorney. There may be limited circumstances where the attorney may tell you, hey, look, this is something that maybe you can handle on your own, but usually not, because there's just too many things that you can get tripped up on if you don't have that proper training. The second thing you need to do is gather, maintain, and preserve evidence. That would be documents, photos, video, emails, texts, witness statements from people that may have information relevant to the lawsuit that's been filed against you. From the time a lawsuit is filed till the time it goes to trial, you're looking at probably about 2 years. That's a general rule of thumb. Memories fade. Documents can be lost or maybe even inadvertently destroyed. It's important at the very beginning to gather all of that information together, put it in one central location, preferably at your attorney's office, so that it can be preserved for the time of trial if and when it comes time for that down the road. If you are ever in the unfortunate situation where you're served with a lawsuit, we here at Denton Peterson are happy to help you and advise you and to help you walk through this process.